Are you ready for the ultimate bikepacking weekend adventure? Join us for an unforgettable self-supported bikepacking trip through Southwest Virginia. The Grayson Gravel Pie Bikepacking Adventure travels along the Virginia Creeper Trail, the beautiful gravel roads of Grayson County, Virginia, and the New River Trail. All lodging and camping arrangements are included, along with daily routes and guides riding along with you. This self-supported adventure offers resupply opportunities every 20 miles for your food and water needs. Find out more at graveltraveldirt.com.
You're listening to Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt.
Hey, I'm Joey.
Oh, and I'm Brian.
And I'm Jess.
This, folks, is episode 169 of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. If you're new here, do you still think we have new people showing up?
Yeah.
I hope so. It's the beginning of this season.
I saw my cat camp friends, and they were like, hey, we listened to your podcast.
So, okay.
Because now they know, who
Right.
we are. And
Well, if you are new here, this is the podcast where we talk about gravel bikes, adventure biking, bike packing, bike camping. Tonight, we're going to talk about UnPAved 2022.
Of the Susquehanna River Valley.
That's right. I forgot that part. Or just playing bikes. And joining us a little later is the new team from the UnPAved event, Dave Pryor and Cimmaron Chicon. I'm going to confirm the pronunciation of her name. I don't know that I got that right. They're going to talk about all the things coming up at UnPAved this year. You know what I remember last year from UnPAved 2021? My number one memory, Jess, you know what it is? It's how well my Cutaway USA jersey performed over that long 12-hour saddle day. Cutaway USA offers premium cycling apparel born in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Cutaway is what, Jess?
born in the Blue Ridge Mountains.
No, you're supposed to know now that that's the industry leader because they use innovative fabrics combined with clean, bold design. Make sure to visit their website at cutawayyusa.com to see all their jerseys, bibs, paraphernalia, Joey.
Yeah, and that's a new thing
Routes,
for you.
cycling apparel and gear. When you reach checkout, because I know that you will actually want to buy something, use the code GTD20 to take 20% off of your entire order. Now, that is a special discount offer that is just for our listeners. Do you like me talking with my hands tonight?
I
was just getting into
You're
it.
like John Williams, orchestrating.
Like Bob
There
Dole.
are no
I'm
words,
Bob Dole.
Brian.
I'm Bob Dole. And he says, shake his hand. Joey, you drinking anything over there tonight?
Yeah, my
got?
first alcoholic beverage is that Patagonian Provisions from Dogfish Head.
Nice.
Which is delicious. It's light.
That's nice. It's coming into that summer.
I haven't had alcohol since Saturday.
Well, God, 3 days dry. What you going to do? I'm having another, maybe this is what's got me all excited. Another one of my Mountain Dew energy drinks, the Tropical Sunrise. I mixed a little bit of rum in here. That's what I do, and y'all don't even know it. So
I got rum over here if you really want it.
No, that actually would be good, though. The little, it's kind of like a pineapple-y thing.
You
I
want
bet you that would really know, because I'm almost done with it. Can't you tell? Jess, what have you got?
I am drinking nothing right now, and I don't even have a seltzer in front of me.
We're gonna have
I polished
we'll
off
remedy
two
that.
already. So.
Blake, get a seltzer, please. You should put yourself to some good use, Mr. Whiny Pants. So, who wants to start? I've been.
When you fell from heaven, did you cut your head?
I don't know where that came from. I
was
got
gonna
a
say,
little
what
cut. I put my hat on.
Jerry was
earlier.
coming after you, wasn't he?
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I think maybe the baby might have got me. Maybe kind of like need to cut those.
Didn't
baby
have the
toenails.
mittens
It's like
on?
Chucky.
No, she's past the mitten stage. She's still got the little like fold over things, but she's starting to teeth, so she's sucking on those hands, and so there's no dealing with any of that. He's okay. Let him go. I have been so excited to hear about Growly Cat, the rooftop tent, all of the goodness from your weekend. Who wants to go first?
Go ahead, husband.
I want to let it go down this way. Joe, I want you to talk about the rooftop tent, and then Jess, I'd like for you to go through Growly Cat.
Well,
Does that work?
It's a tent on my roof.
Yeah, but how did it work?
So it's been great. It's been on my roof. I haven't really driven it most places, except for going to Growly Cat, locally within Solomon's Lesby zip code region. And so it's kind of, I've taken on Route 4, and it's actually just as quiet as, it's no louder than my basket.
Yeah.
So which is nice, and my gas mileage didn't change from what my basket was.
Nice.
Like I'm still getting 28 miles to the gallon.
Perfect.
In the old Subaru.
Perfect.
But yeah, it was nice. Once we got down there, it was dark. It was dark time. I was trying to get there in daylight time, but I was expecting to sit for a board meeting and stuff. So I stayed at the store because I was going to leave early. But anyway, we got there, got some Wawa, but it was nice. It's so dark out there in part of Virginia. Like there's no light pollution. It's just there's nothing. So we found the property, pulled in. Didn't know where to go at first. Chris was inside sleeping in the little cabin. And then Alex and the girls pulled in behind us after dinner, and we kind of popped up tent, because we parked right in the field. We were like the first car, but yeah, within like a minute or two, popped the tent open.
Nice.
Took me a couple minutes because I got inside and I put out the little poles for the rainfly,
holding out the whole pieces.
Yeah, but that was quick and easy because I've only done half of it, and the first time was in dark time. So
was it comfortable sleeping? Because it's got your rooftop, your roof nest has the mattress, the entire floor. Yeah. Is that comfy?
Very comfy.
Yeah.
I'll say our only obstacle, which is the typical, was flat ground because the whole place was hilly. We got almost level as we could. Little incline didn't bother us at all.
Yeah, you can get like you should look. I've seen people like
little things you drive up on
things. Yeah. So if you needed to level something a little bit more,
we were able to pop it up, turn on the lights inside. I have like a little black diamond little lantern, and I got little twinkly lights.
Yeah, how did the LED lights work in there?
The LED lights were bright.
Yeah.
And they had settings, and you can change it and like turn it into like disco mode and
cool.
Baby making mode and stuff.
But was there red light mode?
No. But no, that was convenient.
Yeah.
Just plug. I took a little USB, typical pack, and then then we popped out our camp chairs, started eating dinner. Chris and like at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night was setting up the parking. Just to let everyone know. Huh. So Chris is out working in like the full dark time.
Yeah.
Then he got his little gator stuck, so I helped him get it unstuck. But then Chris came over, we had a drink.
Nice.
And then around 10:30, I tried to stay up later so I could sleep in, but I still woke up with the sun.
Yeah. Was anybody playing music at 6 a.m. for?
No Marvin Gaye.
No. Okay. All right, just making sure.
But no, we slept right through the night. It was cool. That was one of the best sleeps I've had camping in a while.
Nice.
I slept like a baby at Croatan, but. We woke up, got down in the 40s, which is like perfect sleeping.
Well, everybody says sleeping like a baby, but now there's a baby in my life. But I remember back when my kids were little, sleeping like a baby means that you're up like every couple hours. Yeah. I don't know if that's right.
But it was nice. Yeah, bikes were on the back of the car. All the gear was locked up. We didn't have to worry about locking the bikes up out there. But woke up to, wild turkeys out in the field, gobbling. Cool. And then, first person to the porta potty at an event, which is always good.
Oh, nice.
It's like Croatan, nice. I woke up before everyone else this last year or last month. But it was great. I think Jess enjoyed it. I mean, she was out like a baby. The only thing conveniently forgot for this setup was actually bringing real pillows. I'm used to I always use my stuff sack for my sleeping bag, and I fill it up with my puffy jacket and a sweatshirt.
Right. Like
clothes I'm going to wake up to in the morning, and then they're warm already. But Jess didn't have a pillow, but she was okay.
Yeah. Well, what was your take on the rooftop tent?
It was nice.
Yeah.
I constantly had fears that I was rolling outside the back of it,
Yeah.
So
pause real quick. Because we were on a slight little incline, the only time I kept waking up thinking that because I didn't set the e-brake, I just thought we were gonna roll. Anyway, so that was part of Jess's fear.
You don't set your emergency brake on your IC?
I didn't think about it because that car has like an electronic one, not like a typical.
Yeah, I always set mine no matter where I go. Anyway, yes, and your experience was because this is
first time camping,
and the rooftop tent was
glamping
was a fantastic experience.
It was nice. It was really nice. Yep, we were able to change in it. We were able to sleep in it. A lot of people asked us. We probably had like 20 people ask us about our roof nest.
At least.
Cool.
And everybody was like, "I've never seen one before." We've seen like 2 or 3 at Croatan.
Right.
So.
Now, did you get any stickers Have you stickered it yet?
No, we
no,
haven't.
No, there's a few hundred bugs on the front end though.
Yes.
Okay. That's going to be hard to get on. You need to get some stickers on the back.
Yes, that would be cool.
Yeah. Maybe line the whole thing with some stickers. Because if you put stickers on the top, well, if you put stickers on the top,
Because it folds out to the side, do you see it?
yeah, people would see the stickers. but
You
they would
walk
see
by,
the
you slap a sticker on.
Oh yeah. So anytime you encounter your truck, you're allowed to. Anybody's allowed to just sticker
Your
it?
truck?
No, your truck.
No, your back of your
your
Tacoma.
Subaru. You just
Your
stick it
tailgate.
away.
We're
Okay.
playing car for car here.
Okay. Enough about the rooftop tent. I'm very excited.
Yep.
That
It was very
it
nice
worked.
to wake up at the event.
Yeah.
We had coffee, we had breakfast. Jet boiled some water for oatmeal for Jess so we could eat before the ride.
And then our friends started rolling in.
Yeah.
So it was really nice to hang out with them and be
Yeah.
sitting in our thing, in our shorts and everything like that.
Ready
and
to
then,
go.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah, Pete was the first person to show up. And then Gabe and Mike was with Pete and Gabe made hot tea, pulled out a camp stove and made hot tea, but yeah, we had a little our own corner set up right by the registration.
What? So anyway, Growly Cat. Let's talk about Growly Cat.
Super cool.
What did you think?
Make your own adventure.
Uh-huh.
They had GTD Lane.
I saw that. That is
so
really
they had
cool.
all the
Thank
lanes.
you, Alex. Thank
yeah,
you,
that was
Chris.
awesome. They had if you knew Alex and Chris, I don't really know them,
Mm.
but they had things for their animals and cat.
Pacha's lane.
Pacha, their dog's name. Really, really awesome experience. The whole growly atmosphere, the whole gravel atmosphere, where you got all gravel roads, all
private too.
all private, yeah,
all closed off, no cars.
We didn't see a single car the entire time.
They're not there.
Yeah,
that's not there.
And it was amazing. I loved the pick your own adventure. I loved getting to talk to everybody on the course. It was really awesome.
Nice. Now, how did the whole pick your own adventure thing really work in a nutshell?
So they gave you a map, and you had to hit all the checkpoints. And at each checkpoint, you would find a card.
Okay.
And then at the top of the Kitten Crusher, you would hand in all your cards, and you would get the next card list if you were doing the long adventure.
Oh, okay.
And they were different. There were different controls. So you had to get a card to punch for the second round.
Okay.
There's no way to cheat.
Okay. Well, who would want to cheat anyway? That doesn't make any sense.
No, and it was really about getting out there.
It's not really a race. Was it really a race? It wasn't a race, was it?
No, not
Some
really.
some people raced it.
Some people raced it. Of course, you're always going to get those people that race it.
Yeah. Ah, that's cool. And how was Kitten Crusher?
We went up the backside. We did the back end of the Kitten Crusher.
Still
Okay.
sucked.
Still sucked. I probably could have ridden more of it than I did.
Yes.
The people in front of me were walking, so I would.
That was me.
What happened is I had to unclip because I didn't want to pass them, and because there was 2 lanes of traffic always going on.
Yeah.
So I couldn't pass them and then worry about people coming downhill. So
Right.
I unclipped in the middle of the hill, thinking I would pull over and try to clip in again. I couldn't clip in again. And that's just what happened. I probably could have kept going up of it, but
Once you're out, it's really hard to get restarted on a hill like that. If it's a really
yeah, and that was the thing. People were walking around us, so there was no possible way for me to keep riding and to not either go around them and also worry about the other way of traffic, if that made sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So because everybody else was walking, I pulled over, waited for them to get up, and then I was going to ride up, but I couldn't get back to Clifton.
So it was a beautiful weekend.
Absolutely amazing.
It was amazing.
The weather was
Gorgeous.
perfect. We got our hand-up gloves.
Nice.
And I rode in a t-shirt. Joey rolled around in his Hawaiian shirt, and it was
Man,
really
everyone's
nice.
doing that now.
Yep. You started a trend. Careful.
The some real quick, we start out and the first road is really soft, loose gravel, and that first, no offense to Chris and Alex, because I've heard other people say it, but that first probably quarter mile, I was like, this sucks.
What have
I
I
was
done?
what did I if all the roads are like this, this isn't not enjoyable gravel, but it is pucker factor gravel,
Washout gravel.
And I'm riding 38. I don't ever ride 38s. I always ride 42s, and for me, there's a huge difference between 42s and 38s. And I just felt like it was so loose. And then we get down to the first turn, and Jess has already fallen. I'm like, oh my god! And then after that, it was amazing.
Good to go.
Like some of the best gravel.
Nice.
One of the best events I've ever been to.
That's awesome.
And 100% gravel, no asphalt.
We're had to have
And it was
Alex
beautiful.
and Chris. I think not the week after Grinder Nationals, but the week after that. They wanted to take a breather.
Yeah,
So I think
they
it's
need
sometime,
to.
sometime in the middle of May. And we're going to talk Grinder Nationals, and we're going to talk Growly Cat, and then we'll also talk about the
Dirty
upcoming
Kitten.
Dirty
Yeah.
Kitten gravel race in July. So we're catching them right
Yeah.
in between. I'm looking forward to hearing from them, inside information on how it all went.
But it was, you got all the types of, like we did a little type of single track style riding. And then like there was a part we popped out in the farms that felt like I was out in the plains of Dirty Kansas. And then the Shenandoah, like the mountains are right there.
Oh, cool.
It was beautiful. Like, and then you ride through some farm areas, and then like the mail person passes you, which is cool. That was like the only car all day. And then you get up towards Kitten Crusher, which the views were beautiful, but I didn't like. I don't. That's a nice little mountain, just or hill, like a 800 footer, 900 footer right there. Even the back way sucked. But yeah, Jess could have kept going, but I was one of the people walking.
And it's not a big deal. I mean, it was nice.
Yeah, it was
Beautiful out. I would have done it 3 times, 4 times. I mean,
you can do for Dirty Kitten.
yeah. So I'm slated to volunteer on Saturday for Dirty Kitten and then ride on Sunday for Dirty Kitten.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah, I think I was actually, because we signed up for the 40, and I was feeling pretty good after not riding for like 2 weeks. But yeah, we got up the first half of the Kitten Crusher, and I told Jess, I was like,
the back half of the Kitten Crusher.
Yeah.
We took the easier route.
We've said that, but it was still tough. And then I was like, yep, that was, I'm satisfied.
Cool.
Because I wasn't gutted by the time I got back. Like,
How'd the Crux do?
It did well.
Yeah.
It did well.
she bent the hanger when she fell over, so her 42 or 40, her second to easiest gear is a little chattery.
Okay.
And just happens to be the one she liked to ride and kept yelling at me. I'm like, just shut up and get up here, like, and shift the gears. I was like, the hanger's bent. We only did that once. I'm like, then just change gears.
So all you got to do is replace a hanger. That's
No, I have a hanger alignment tool, just align it.
Yeah, but you can straighten that back out.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah. I'll align it before I replace it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Well, I went bikepacking this weekend on the towpath this past weekend with Jerry and Craig. And, man, there was so much stuff going on this weekend. You had Growly Cat,
I know.
Lulakawika Hundo, and I'm out there on the towpath. But I'm going to tell you what, we had such beautiful weather.
Yeah, it was really nice.
So
Perfect.
So nice. We went from Hancock up to Devil's Alley, which is it's kind of a short ride. It's only like just 21 miles, I think, maybe even a little short of 21. But that gave us a ton of camp time. And we got there and were able to get a nice fire going, even though everything was kind of wet by the time the evening time rolled around and the bugs were there. We had a nice fire going. The water at Devil's Alley was basically brown.
Yeah.
It was, I guess it was so much iodine was still in it. I had my little Catadine Be-Free filter, and it turned the bladder like this really dark, kind of coffee colored. It stained it so
Ew,
bad.
That's disgusting.
And the water, when it came out of it, it was still had color to it, but it didn't have the taste to it. It took that filter really did a great job for such a lightweight little filter. But you have to wonder, with it being so stained, what in the world, and I'm pretty sure it's the iodine. But we went down to Indigo Neck, which was the next one down, and the water was crystal clear. So I don't know what that was all about. I didn't even filter that water when I refilled my bottles down there. We had a cross-country hiker named AJ join us at Devil's Alley, which was really kind of cool. He had just started what he anticipates to be a year-long walking trek across the country.
AJ?
Yeah.
I just saw reports about a serial murder named AJ.
Long blonde hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the same
And he
guy.
didn't take you guys out?
No, Jerry's too big. Jerry's way too big for that.
Okay.
He had flown. He was from Ohio, flown to Philadelphia, and then because he wanted to make sure he did the entire coast to coast, he actually walked from Philadelphia over to the coast and then turned back around. and he was doing the entire towpath. He said he was doing about, I think he said 15 to 20 miles of walking a day, and planning on taking a year to just walk across the country. There was a specific route he mentioned.
Like Forrest Gump style?
yeah, but not running. He was not running. He was walking. And it was kind of neat to hear his little adventure, even though he just started. I handed off a GTD Pavement Ends button. I said, "Are you collecting tchotchke?" And he said, "Absolutely." So I gave him a button. And that was it.
That's awesome.
It was fun. We went to Buddy Lou's.
Wes loves that place.
I had a pickle brined fried chicken sandwich. It was ridiculously good. It was not breaded fried. It was more like if you pan fry a pork chop.
Chick-fil-A fried?
No, just like it had no breading on it. It was just a kind of a
pickle brine. Because they always a lot of people put pickle juice in their breading, but
yeah, it was there was no breading. It was like pan fried chicken breast, but you definitely had that pickle brine taste to it. It was absolutely really really good. But man, the weather, and I'm really dialing in my kit for bike packing. I've got it really small.
I would recommend Cutaway USA for your kit.
Well,
we're talking about your bike kit.
My big change for this trip was the quilt. This was my first trip with the quilt as opposed to I've got a 15-degree bag, which is a little bulky. This is a 30-degree quilt. Mm-hmm. Worked beautifully. Worked perfect.
How small does it pack up?
Tiny. It's like
Nalgene.
No, smaller than
a Nalgene bottle.
Smaller than a volleyball.
So, okay, so that's like the size of my.
It's kind of it's if you were to like make it round, it's probably even smaller. I'd say a little bit larger than a softball, but smaller than a volleyball. Because what I did was I shoved that all the way into my seat pack. So I just kept pushing the air out of it. So I really don't know how big it was, but I had plenty of room. I had tons and tons and tons of room. And it was just a great weekend. It felt so good to get out on the canal because we didn't do it. I didn't do it at all last year until we did it.
We did in October, like
late in the season. So I want to get back out again and do it before it's.
We need to do. I've had a lot of people. I gotta talk to you about. We need to do another bike packing thing at the shop.
Oh yeah, I'd do that.
A lot of people the last 2 weeks ask.
Yeah, I do that.
So I'm like,
let's do it. Let's do it early. Let's do it in the next week or two.
Let's do it tomorrow.
Well, I'll do. I just did it this afternoon earlier.
Oh,
you
thanks.
weren't there.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
I did it today.
Awesome.
So I got ahead of you.
I got a lot of great reviews. It looks like.
Jess, do you have anything else that you want to talk about?
No, I'm good.
Yep. Strava Club.
Strava Club. None of us Strava anymore. Strava's gone.
I don't use Strava anymore.
For the three women that do use Strava, there's the last three left. Andrea Cherwinski. From Parts of Unknown. Man, I rang that one off without even pre-looking.
Nice.
I got my glasses on.
Well, she didn't. I guess she keeps her locations private, so I didn't.
I'll give you guys the GPS coordinates, but she's at 244.1 for the week, that's a pretty good haul.
That's a good week.
And Schroll, who's been on here before, from Chatham, Illinois, with 152.2. And then Jennifer Hanson from Florence, Arizona, with 184.1.
All female or all ladies Strava Club this week.
We needed 131. That's gone. That's a high number.
It's
top
back
100.
Up. It's getting back up.
We're one more closer to the stash at 818. And our club is strava.com/clubs/gravel travel dirt.
Y'all get some friends to join up because I want to grow a mustache. I really do. Not really.
I cut half my beard off, so I'm getting closer.
Yeah.
Actually, I went closer to just a straight mustache than anything.
I'm more curious just to see you because it's been forever since I've seen you without the big man beard.
It was last year. You know, this dog was in the vet ER for hours the other day. It was this time last year, right before fish camp. I screwed up and I went to the Catskills with just a mustache.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah, and
it's like you're cool. Yeah,
get us to that 1,000, folk. I want to see that. Hey, joining us now is the team from UnPAved of the Susquehanna River Valley at Crick of the Week.
Couldn't hold out.
And Dave, do you have a crack too? There we go. Dave Pryor and Cimmaron Chicon. Did I get that right? Close enough. Yeah. Welcome, guys. It is just absolutely fantastic to have you join us. Where are you guys calling us from tonight?
We are from the foothills. Yeah, Middleburg, actually, just down south from Middleburg, just south of Rusty Rail Brewing Company, and the foothills of our course. You can see it from the window.
Are you guys staying
Yeah.
at Brett and Elise's and cutting their grass?
No one is no Brett. You can't see Brett anymore. The grass is over his head. Poor little near 1 year old. No, he's one now. Eli is crawling through, getting ticks. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Eli's
Wes,
got
where are you?
Yeah.
Well, it won't be long before Eli will be able to cut the grass, and nobody will have to worry
Yeah.
about it. And then Joey would come watch Eli cut the grass, and we don't want Joey around Eli when Joey's watching people cut grass. So everybody in our world knows Father Dave, but Cimmaron, you are new, so we need you to tell our listeners a little bit about who you are.
Oh my. Well, you want the good or the bad or the ugly?
All of the
Yes.
above. All of the above. Based on our pre-show, I think we're going to get along really well. So let's dive in wherever you want to go.
So, Dave and I met because I put on the single speed cyclocross world championship for 19 in Utah, which was kind of like a challenge accepted. You cannot do debauchery in Utah, and I proved everybody wrong.
Nice.
More seriously, though, I've been a race director for 14 years. I mostly in the mountain bike world is what I'm known for. The Truger Epic, which is a season opener for the NUE series. However, I've done quite a bit of cross, and I did help to develop the Rift in Iceland, although I'm not the race director anymore.
Wow.
So I've been around for a while. I'm a landscape architect, and I've designed a lot of mountain bike trails as well.
Wow. Now, where do you call home?
Well, tomorrow it will be Lewisburg.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
But I grew up in Colorado, in Boulder, and for the last 20 years I've lived in St. George, Utah.
Okay, I know St. George well. When we did, I led a couple of weeks of adventure cycling north rim of the Grand Canyon tours, and we staged in and out of St. George.
Yeah, cool.
Beautiful, beautiful place. Absolutely gorgeous.
It is.
You've gone from one beautiful place there to another beautiful place with Pennsylvania, no doubt.
Yeah, and I should clarify that they will be bi-regional.
Okay.
We'll be splitting our time between here and St. George.
Okay. Well, wow, that's actually perfect. I can imagine going back and forth
It actually is, yes.
between two more beautiful,
Summer's-
absolutely gorgeous
Summer's
places.
here, and fall and winter there, and yeah.
Wait. UnPaved's in the fall. Did I not tell you that?
Later fall. St. George fall doesn't start until November.
Oh, okay. Then we're good.
So how did you end? You ended up with Dave. You guys knew each other from other events. Dave, all of our listeners will probably want to know. I mean, is UnPAved growing up here, and you're staffing up? What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, that's the short version for sure. Maybe not that long of a version. The last couple of years, I think for any event director, have been super trying in a lot of ways. I got off light with being able to pull it off on UnPAved in 2020, but I say that it was a ton of work, putting off for 200 people during COVID, but we managed to make it work, and no one got COVID from it that we know of, so felt pretty good from that. Put on it was a great event in 2021. It was amazing in every regard, other than the fact it nearly broke me in half. It was one of those things where I nearly lost a couple friends. Didn't lose them. It was close. And I'm not in this to lose friends. So had to figure out how this is going to continue, not even grow, but how to continue going forward.
Right.
Started talking to a bunch of event director friends, Cimmaron being one of them. And we just started hitting it off, like ideas from this and that, like how to do things, how to run things. She's a super pro, talking about how to handle things that I was making up as I go, and she does them regularly, and like that's simpler if you do it this way. And it just started making sense talking forward. It was also just interesting timing from her side of what she wanted to do and other events she wanted to take on, and it worked out on her calendar. So she came out in January and got a lay of the land as best we could. We couldn't get in the woods because you can't ride those roads in the winter here. But we got a pretty good taste of things. She got a taste of a whoopie pie. That was key. And
It was luscious.
it was luscious. We had a bunch of
Yeah.
beers and met a bunch of good people here. And yeah, so, and we joked a lot. It's like around the same time as when, everyone's starting to worry about, the UCI is coming to gravel. Is the UCI going to ruin gravel? It's like, I know how to fight the UCI. Put a couple single speed cyclocross world promoters together and we'll fight the UCI together. No problem. We're not scared of them. We're very simpatico. We're very much focused on fun for everyone. That's key. While there's a lot of fun with fast people in racing and the camaraderie of competition, she 100% gets like everyone needs to be having a great time. And so this is going to be a pretty great working relationship. So yeah, we're growing up.
Cool. Now, this year's event, what's going to let's get the basics out there first. I think most, if not all, of our listeners know or should know UnPAved, but if they don't, let's talk about the event dates, the locations, the number of riders, and then we can dive into sort of the distances and the routes. So, Dave, you'd already mentioned it's a fall event. What's the actual event date?
Is this a pop quiz for Cimmaron?
Or anybody. Yeah.
October 9th.
October 9th. And that's a Sunday.
Oh, good. I'm right.
It's a Sunday, which is and
It's a
Monday.
It's like the best event setup ever.
Yeah, because it's on a Sunday, so you got plenty of travel time coming down on Saturday.
Yes.
You've got a holiday on Monday, which even if you don't have like a holiday schedule where you get off, it's still kind of one of those days where you can kind of make it work. So that frees up.
Relaxed holiday.
Yes, exactly. And the location is?
Lewisburg, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
You guys are
Weird having
deciding.
both of us here.
It's
I'm trying
weird.
not to.
I'm sure. Do you want me to direct questions to one and then the other so that we can? Cimmaron, how many riders? What's the number of riders? What do the caps look like?
About 1,400.
Wow.
We've got 800 on the big course. Yeah. We've got 120 overnighters, about 400 on the smaller course, and then we've got a few special slots for some special guests that will probably be showing up.
So when you crack that door, what kind of special guests are we talking about?
We want to celebrate our sponsors and their riders, so we hold some spots for those.
Sure.
We have volunteers and other people that also, participate, and we want to make sure. So those are our main special guests. I'm thinking Tinker might be here this year.
All right.
Dropping some names.
Like Tinker Juarez?
Yeah.
That one.
Okay, I didn't know if I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know if there was another Tinker. I don't know.
Yeah, he and I have done some stuff together. So he's, now that he's with Floyd's, it's a good fit.
Now, what are the distances and the different routes?
I'll jump to this one. So what we reformatted it a little bit. So when you sign up for UnPAved, you can choose your own adventure. You can ride 54 miles, you can ride 90 miles, you can ride 120 miles. Those are the options based off of how the route builds off of each other. And you can start when you want. And if you get to a point, then the next level of the course unlocks and you can then ride more if you want. Or you can decide, I'm good and I can turn back at 54 and head down to the Rusty Rail Brewing and stop at that aid station. But we wanted to kind of make it a choose your own adventure system versus a, I signed up for this and I need to finish this or I'm going to die.
Right.
Kind of done with that sort of feeling. So, it's kind of the vibe you guys have been talking about with like, have your event, have your day.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're hopping on that in a big way. So the 54-mile route, rail trail up into does get the biggest climb of the day. We don't want you to miss that. To the aid station, and then you can turn left. Or if you get there, what are the times again? Hold on. Say if you get there by 9 a.m., between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m., you can then continue riding on the 90 to 120 course. And that gets you back out of the forest for a little bit, over another hill, down the beautiful Cherry Runs tunnel of leaves, over to the Poe Patty aid station. Get to Poe Patty anytime between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., you can go ride the difference. Enjoy. But Brian, you want to tell people what the difference is like?
It's miserable. It's miserable fun. It's definitely like a type A kind of fun, and I enjoyed it, believe it or not. But I'll also say I never want to do it again. I've done it once, and I love this idea of not having to commit to a distance because you're registering for an event now that's happening months from now. You don't know what's going to happen to you between now and then, what kind of training. You may have a life event that comes up and you still want to do the event, but you're right.
Exactly,
You feel that pressure to do what you said you were going to do months ago. And going into it like this, you really, it's a game time decision. Yeah. And even that, it's like after the game has started, you can call an audible and go a different direction to mix the sports vernacular.
It is worth making it to Po Patty, though.
Yeah.
I mean, coolest rest stop
at
a bike event ever.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Nice. And you're talking about, a lot of people who, of course, we've all had, like you said, a life event or that call. I just can't make it because I didn't get to train because I was sick. Mm-hmm. But have you ever had that day that you're like, oh my God, I feel incredible. I didn't think I was going to feel this good. Yep. And to be able to, maybe you were mentally thinking you were going to do the 50 and all of a sudden you're like, I think I could do the 90.
Yeah.
It gives that option as well.
It's
so
that other
it gives
side.
the option to push yourself, to take that chance. If you're ready. And I like that as well. So both sides of it.
So I take that as in that bridge is fixed. Well, because you had to do the out and back a little bit, and then the 50 turned into the UnPAved, and
So the 50 is back as a gravel event, no longer the what we called UnPAved, which is mostly road. Yeah. The bridges are fixed, and so I actually think that 54-mile course is a damn near perfect day. You get one giant climb, but you get two amazing descents, two fantastic aid stations, two vistas. Like it's a pretty great day on a bike. And the same thing with the 90. Yeah.
I did that the first year. The first year that I did the event, I did the 50 whatever. And because you had that really big climb early in the day, and then it just felt like the rest of the day. I don't want to put the label easy on it because none of it's easy.
Just on the eyes.
But easy on the eyes. But
easy on the eye, very nicely. Thank you.
It really had like a super flowy, like hard work at the beginning of the day, and then it was almost like you just kind of got to enjoy those vistas and, like you said, the aid stations and coming back. And
your only problem was you said you started too early for the 50.
Yeah, because we were kind of all
so
by
you just got to stagger that if that's your goal.
If you're going to do the 50, I think you want to start just a touch smidge later in the morning.
Yeah.
And that also gives you the opportunity, since you don't have an actual start time. What's the last window of time to head out?
Well, if you're doing a 30, you can really start, I don't know, like noon or 2 p.m. even. So it's hard to regulate that. So we're giving suggested times.
Okay.
And, make sure, and I think people have figured this out a lot too, based off of, we have made our own adventures the last couple of years. What time can I get to this and that by? So, the aid stations aren't open forever. The course sections of it will close. So if you think you need 14 or so hours to do 120 miles and you really want to try and do that, then start at 7:30 when we first open the course up. But if you think you don't need that much time, you can start around 9 or 10, depending. And if you aren't having your day, then when you can make some adjustments.
Yeah.
There will be hard cutoff times, so people will need to be aware of those. The idea is you don't want to force disappointment by exactly what you said. If there's nothing worse than starting late and then realizing that you could have done something. You had the energy, but you're just slower because some people are slower.
Right.
But they have incredible endurance. So we're hoping that this just gives everybody a chance to do their pace.
I think you just described me. I can ride forever, but I'm not going to ride forever quickly. I can get her done.
He's still going.
He's
still going.
I can get her done, but it's not going to happen on a lickety split. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
So one of the things, I want to confirm one more time with that bridge being open, we don't have to climb back up that Dragon's Tooth at the end of the day coming out of the ranch, do we?
We just discussed that with Brett at Rusty Rail a half hour ago, and no, we will not need to.
Man.
push you
Hallelujah.
back, everyone back.
Because that was a
Yeah.
long 0.6 of a mile walk for Brian in
You were
the
not
dark.
alone. I think that was an hour
man.
time segments for a lot of people.
I was in
was-
the dark. In the dark, walking with nothing but a little dancing flashlight in front of me, and that was probably the low point, but also the most magical point, quite frankly.
That was Mark Yangamasawa's lowest point of the day as I was walking and he was riding past me.
We're also working on the weather. We're also going to try and make it a little less gritty.
Hey,
No, that was so perfect, though. That was
Yeah.
so Pennsylvania.
I don't. You know what? I'm going to say this about UnPAved. I don't care what the weather is.
I like the overcast, a little
All right.
wet, a little gloomy.
That there's going to be this. You did 21 UnPAved. You remember that?
Yeah.
And you talk to people. You see that jersey. I was down at Croatan, and I proudly wore my UnPAved jersey for the long weekend
You
at
look great in it.
$150. And here's a guy. I see him. He's wearing his UnPAved 21 jersey. And we had to strike up a little conversation. It was like, yeah, that was something, wasn't it? You've got that shared experience.
Nice.
So the weather,
Nice.
if it's beautiful, great. If it's not, great. Who cares? Let's do the thing,
Oh, cool.
I
And I appreciate that because as we've all seen in various gravel events, if it rains, there are courses where you're walking for 10 miles and oof, that's hard. And we have now proven that it can rain for a good stretch and our course is basically still rideable. It may suck, but it's still rideable.
It was beautiful.
Y-
I think it made it even prettier.
You have great soil here. You
Yeah.
have great. The soil here is fantastic. There's no clay. It's there's a lot, like he said. There's a lot of races in the West that they're shut down. You're basically picking up your bike with 50 pounds of mud. So this is just a bit of ass splatter.
So with what is your guys' expectations as far as like bike setup, whether it rains or not? What is the ideal setup for a dry day? Is it different than a rainy day for suggestions?
It's still dependent. Also, there are people there are sections of this course. Longwell Draft gets a lot of notoriety, and I guess rightfully so. But I think it's rideable on darn near anything short of road. But there's more like it. So Brett Chatterton would take pretty wide tires and do all sorts of chunky things. But as far as our course goes, I feel pretty confident in like the 38 to 42 range of tire works great. I think if you knew it was going to be dry, I think you could go skinnier. I just wouldn't want to do that on some of the fast descents.
Yeah.
Because there are corners on them. And that's terrifying, at least for me as an event promoter.
I rolled my 47s, those 650 47s. And
Oh, you run 650s? Okay.
well, I did last year because that was the 650 was what allowed me to get the wider tire in my older Diverge frame. My 700s, I couldn't go anything bigger than a 38. So
Okay.
I wanted that extra rubber. So I used the 650s to get to the 47. And I felt so confident on the descents, confidence like I've never felt before. Quite frankly, because we don't get a lot of big gravel descent. I get a lot of pucker going down, those big gravel descents when we get to
You're one with
encounter
that
them.
A couple miles long, yeah.
Yeah, and so I felt really good. And I was passing people on some of the descents. Now, not in the dark, but I felt really good. I felt confident. But then I really do think the 650s slowed me down for my riding style a little bit. I felt in some of the places they didn't quite cut the mustard, and I'm thinking about some of that hard top that's between the two big gravel sections. I kind of suffered there, and I think that's what took a lot of time away from me and made my day a very long day. But the 47s, man, felt fantastic.
Cool. Yeah, I've descended on some 47s too, and they are pretty special. You do feel invincible.
And I'm rolling big 50s now. I did Crotan. I did
Monster truck.
Crotan.
Those are my hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
I rode them once and gave them to Brian.
Well, it's because they were eating your frame up. You're jelly
my
that I
Kona
got
is a
'em.
little tired.
I fit those 50s just fine with my flip chip in my Atso work. And I'm going to tell you what, I rolled those 50s at Crotan, and they're fast. They felt really, really fast.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's going to be my tire of choice, just because I want that confidence of all that rubber on the descents. And I'm not too worried about, because they've proven the fact that they can actually roll fast.
Yeah, basically, you just want to have the whole bike set up for every home ride.
Well, I'm sorry.
What are some other suggestions for folks that haven't been to this before, as far as in general, like what do riders need to know?
We have really well-stocked aid stations. You might gain weight on this ride. Pack lights, because it is a long day, especially if you stop at aid stations for an hour and eat a lot. By that, I mean an hour each.
And not just little lights, not just road lights. Like
Yeah, not flashlights dangling off your handlebar.
Yeah, I mean, it's some serious dark cover in there that I've learned.
Yeah. That was a mistake that I made last year too. I carried way too much stuff on the bike that I did not need. Y'all scared me to death with the whole difference and flatten. I think I had 4 tubes on me, and I didn't need any of them.
Well, you don't until maybe you do. Like, tubes are not a bad thing to have on you, because if you're doing the difference, then there's that 4 miles of rocky stuff that people have flat a choice on. Most don't. If you just pick and choose your way down, you can make it, again, short of a road bike. It's doable, but confidence is not a bad thing to have. And again, it's a big day. You could be out there all day. Of the 120 miles, if you're doing 120, that's 40 of it is timed. If you're into the competitive side of it, if you're doing the 90 and the 54, those things we'll keep track of your time, but there's no results, or the results are posted, but there's no prizes for that sort of thing. You're having a great big bike ride.
Okay.
And we have not talked about the UnPAved is back, the 30 and the 20 mile. So those courses are also available. The 30 is what Jess did twice, I guess, last year.
Yes, somehow.
Which is an awesome story. I still love that story. I listened to it a couple times. So having those back, great, and they still get an aid station at Rusty Rail Brewing Company.
So that sounds like actually a fantastic way to, so say you've got somebody that wants to come along for the weekend and doesn't want to just sit around, but they're not ready to actually go climb a hill that's gravelly and gnarly. Instead, they just want a nice, pleasant ride.
That first climb is 3 miles long. I mean, that's a mountain.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Cimmaron comes from Utah where there's bigger mountains, but once you start climbing, that's an actual mountain. And you make a good point. It is also a weekend. Festivities start on Friday night. We have the Fall Festival all day Saturday. We'll be back at the main park in downtown. So lots of fun all weekend long. Group rides going out on Saturday. So it's a weekend, and that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Great celebration.
And now registration has just opened. And have you guys, let's see, it opened, we're recording here on Tuesday the 26th. It opened yesterday, correct?
Correct.
And is it already sold out?
No, but when does this air?
Thursday, I would have bet.
Yeah.
Halfway right now.
Halfway, okay.
Almost exactly halfway. Yep. Right, almost 700 people. So.
Wow, man, and that's now the 1,400 that you're doing this year. What's that up from last year, Dave?
We had 1,200 spots, but then it rained, so we had a lot of no shows. We had roughly 900 people on bikes.
Okay.
So we had 1,200 registered last year.
Okay. All right.
But getting the 54 back into the forest and then doubling the size of the overnighter slumber party, that's adding up to things. So
how is registration going for that?
It's about everything's about half.
Okay.
Actually.
Yeah.
It's kind of really balanced. There's 50 people in the slumber party, so close to half. By the way, Dave's brilliance of naming it.
It's a year later of brilliance, but I should have called it that from the get-go.
A little prodding.
I was getting ready to give some kudos on the name because that's fantastic. I love that, the slumber party.
Yeah.
It's what it turned into.
Yeah, overnighters boring. Name it something cool. And then he's like, "Oh, how about the slumber party?" Done.
I almost wanted to sign up just because of that, for that part of it.
Are there going to be pillow fights at the slumber party? That's what I need to know.
I have a question. Do the Amish make nice pillowcases and like homemade little pillows?
I'm sure they do.
Like
sure they do.
oversized whoopie
Yeah.
pies.
Super fun.
It actually, here's a great idea. Let's have a Pennsylvania dirt bags pillow fight against everybody else, and the pillowcases are full of whoopie pies. Except for one pillowcase is going to be full of natural light that we're actually bringing back to them. That we brought home last year.
I have all of that still, Dave. I saved it.
Aging in your cellar?
All that
aging out in my
natural light
patio.
coming back.
It's
PA
going
dirt
back.
bags.
I was going to bring it to the hush money thing, but it never made it up.
Yeah, that got a blew
That's
up
going
in our
back to
face.
John and the boys, yeah.
Yeah. What can folks expect when they visit? What's the weekend look like? We've kind of alluded to it a little bit, but what's not the slumber party, but what's the weekend in town look like?
So we'll do the Ungraveled party again with Susquehanna River Valley Visitors Bureau setting up a pub crawl around town. We're going to simplify that a little bit, maybe less scavenger hunt and more bopping around good places. We're talking with Salsa Cycles about making a film festival at the theater that night as well.
Nice.
So stay tuned for more information on that. They have a lot of great ideas. They're coming back, and we're really excited to have them come back in person. The Lewisburg Fall Festival will be back into the main park in downtown. It was nice over where we were, but it'd be much better to be right off the main drag. Food and kids' activities and vendors and sponsors and partners, and part bike festival, part craft show, part beer tent, all the good things. Woolly worm winter prognostication, so that'll we'll find out what next winter will be like as well. Kelly Catali our 3-time women's champ, would like to take people out on other bike rides. We're going to put a little more structure around that as well, and put routes out for people who want to just spin their legs either to the Rusty Rail and back or any other fine establishments around. So that'll all happen on Saturdays. You pick up your stuff. And then Sunday, everyone will go for a great big bike ride, anywhere from 20 to 120 miles. And then come back to Miller Center for the UnPAved party. And that will get ramped up again with beer and birch beer and whoopie pies and food trucks. And is it Kick It to the Curb? I forget the name of the cafe right now in the Miller Center. They were fun too. And then Monday, I might go for a bike ride myself, and then anyone wants to come for a bike ride with me.
I think there's a good chance that you're going to see Dave on course a lot.
What?
Because I'm taking up some of his. Yeah, he's going to be the godfather of gravel.
Oh, nice.
That'd
Nice.
be awesome.
That is awesome.
Ooh, maybe I'll lead a group ride.
Wow.
In costume, I'm
Nice.
guessing.
Nice. I
Bacon Suit may make a comeback.
am.
Oh, Bacon Suit needs to make a comeback.
Please
Yes.
and yes. Please and yes. That will be just awesome. In fact, if you could, that would be better than getting a picture on the chase, is to actually get your picture, find Dave on course in the bacon suit and get your picture. It's like a little scavenger hunt inside.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And Dave, you could hide in the woods and pop out from behind trees.
Oh, my.
I already have Army J for that. I can find Army J on course too. Maybe that would be good.
He makes people fall over when he jumps out from behind the trees, though. Okay. Any
He's
shout
too
outs?
busy fishing.
Yeah. Any shout outs for event sponsors?
Oh, all the event sponsors. We love our event sponsors. Cimmaron, how did you take this one?
Oh, well, the tourism board of Susquehanna Valley. And this is kind of rude because, I'm just getting it ramped up. But we've got Salsa and Stands, which are back.
Nice.
And excited to announce that Giordona is our new apparel sponsor. And they have put together a really amazing kit for us this year.
Yeah.
It's
It is
camo.
stunning.
Yeah.
It is amazing. So we are very excited, and I have a lot of sponsors to meet. So I love you all for being part of this. If you're listening, and I can't wait to meet you.
It's been a super flurry getting this transition. Cimmaron's done a fantastic job, and now it's going to be great to go, hey, this is Nittany Mountain Works. They do this, and this. Do you like pierogies? Try these. We've
Yep.
already been to Rusty Rail a couple times. Richie, Philly Bike Expo, she's already met Bina with them. Lupine, you haven't met yet, but they're super cool. Backyard beans, reload bags. A lot of great people want to come back and have fun with everyone, so this is going to be a good time.
Is Floyd's back? Is Floyd's going to be there?
Yep.
Absolutely. That's what we're all looking forward to.
Yeah.
I've become.
Yeah.
I have become and
One
I
of
think
my best Floyd's customers.
I'm pretty sure it was UnPAved of 21 that brought Brian to the CBD regular usage family. And it has made. I'll give Floyd's a little shout out right here. It's made a difference in my life, no doubt.
It's amazing stuff.
Yeah, I use the cream, but really the gummies for sleeping, just absolutely. And I know they've got. Let's do a little Floyd's commercial because I know they've got a new Sleepy Time gummy.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, that's got
I bathe in
CBD.
that.
Well, I just used it on my flight over.
Yeah, it's like
I had my overnight.
nice.
Real quick, Rusty. We did crack of the week. What are you guys drinking Rusty Rail tonight?
We are.
Yes.
We got a 4-pack on the way out the door. We're drinking the Fog Monster
Ooh,
IPA,
nice.
their flagship.
Nice. I'm sitting here. Joey and I are looking at each other across the table, talking to you guys. I'm
You're
getting like
excited.
I'm getting like a serious. It's freaking April.
You want some? I saved a Rusty Rail leaf tunnel from UnPAved for this episode. I knew we were going to do a spring
Classy.
episode.
Yeah.
Like, do you want a sip? Like, is it going to help you?
No,
Oh, okay.
because you might have COVID, and I don't want your COVID.
Probably. I've taken a
That's
lot of
still a
COVID
thing?
tests the last 2 weeks.
Every time Joey gets a little sniffle, and he's like, I think you're taking twice daily COVID tests. Is that
no.
what's going on over here?
Excited for Rusty Rail.
We do have allergens here, and I'm like, COVID? No, allergy. Okay.
Nice. Well, I'm going to tell you, I go back to the first UnPAved that I did when I did the 50 when we left so early. I spent a long time at the DunPaved party, and that was probably the thing. I did the big full pull last year, and I'm glad I did it, but I did miss that camaraderie at the end because I came in so late. So I'm excited for this year coming up to actually be
Yeah, you
able
got to split the difference.
Yeah, spend a little
But don't
bit.
do the difference.
I'm not going to do the
Well,
difference.
See what I did
Wait
there?
I thought you guys were volunteering.
Oh, you remember that?
Yeah.
I have you on my list.
So
We have you as down.
I will
Yeah.
help Nate out at Pope Hattie or if Nate's volunteering or something like if you need someone out there for
So I just actually texted Joey last night because I saw that he registered. I'm like, did you register? I thought we were volunteering. He goes, no, I registered. Jess and I registered. We want to ride.
well, just in case.
So I'm like, okay, well, I'll do. What we would like to do though, and this can actually be our
I don't know what you're about to say.
unsolicited volunteer. I want to set up an actual booth table thing at the Saturday window and do some interviews
would be
with
fun.
folks. I really want to
that's
do
not
that.
volunteering for Dave. That's volunteering.
Yeah,
for
it
GTD.
is because
Yeah, wait a minute.
it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both. It generates buzz and excitement, and I don't know. I really want to do.
I had you guys in the sweep of the difference.
Oh no, I am that.
No, we tried the leading. They're not leading out again, and they're definitely not sweeping.
Yeah,
Double sweep.
I'd screw up
Double
both.
sweep. That's all you're doing all day long is the difference.
Oh my god.
So I assume Paul's not sweeping this year because of paper
Oh, he
trail.
just got it.
Is Paul not sweeping, or do we not know?
You need to.
We
Brian, you
haven't
need to
talked to them about it yet. I know that they're going to try and do something with their tourism company, like doing an event with it, like they did for Buck 50 Croatown.
Yeah.
But we haven't talked to them about it yet, so we'll see.
So
yeah, if you'd like, you certainly could sweep.
You
I can't
basically,
lead out
basically swept Brian.
I basically swept last year. Just
Right, so
No,
you've got experience.
I remember coming down the backside of the Little Dragon's Tooth, whatever the hell you want to call that thing, and encountering a van and rolling up to that van and going, am I the last one out here? And the guy's like, no, there's like 30 or 40 people behind you. And I'm like, oh my God, what a horrible day they're having. But like I said,
It's fun.
it's in the midst of it, you kind of feel like you're suffering. But then when you're done, man, there's just like something that that it's a little fire that gets lit for the next time you want to go out and do it. So it's fantastic. So how can interested folks find out more and hopefully get in on registrations before it's all shut down?
So the website's UnPavedPennsylvania.com, which Cimmaron just redid, thankfully. Looks great.
Yeah, whole new website and a lot more information. I think that's the biggest thing. We just added a lot of the painful details to help people decide. And a lot of the, celebration points and good pictures.
I guess really if you just Googled unpaved Susquehanna River Valley, you're going to find it. And that's all you need.
I think we've pretty much got that covered now. Things unpaved and tends to end up on us. It's UnPaved PA on Facebook. It's UnPaved Pennsylvania on Instagram. Those are the best social media outlets for us as well.
Anything that you guys want to toss out there that we haven't talked about that's event related or even not event related?
Well, two things. One, it's filling up fast, and if you already signed up, book your lodging because that fills up.
Yes.
Yeah. So I did that. I went on Airbnb and found an Airbnb that's 5 blocks from the Miller Center, and the guy had not opened 22 yet. I did this. What, Joey?
You just driving home.
I did it literally almost right after the event was over, and I emailed the guy who runs the at Airbnb. I said, "Hey, dude, can you open up these dates for me?" And he did. So I booked it
nice,
over a year ahead of time.
Smart.
Yeah, smart. And it's literally 5 blocks from the Miller Center.
Don't wait like I do.
Yeah, don't be like Joey. Don't be like Airbnb Joey. All right, you guys want to stick around for this or that? Please say yes.
Can I throw one other thing in real quick?
Yes, absolutely.
Also helping to bring Grinduro to Pennsylvania, and we're excited about that happening in June. I hear, Joey, you're coming to that?
I'm officially signed up. It was my birthday present.
Nice.
For my lovely wife.
Hot diggity.
Yeah,
I will be there.
That. I mean, you can be in your roof tent.
I don't know. I actually got to text someone about how camping's going. I'm camping. Okay. I can sleep on the ground. Anyway.
Yeah.
Grindaro seems great.
The Sullivan County Fairgrounds, where the venue is, has camping there.
Yep.
There you go. You're set, Joey.
Dave, are you camping?
I might just be sleeping under a car somewhere or something. It's a 3-day. That is full-on 3-day festival confined in the fairgrounds. And people go, wow, it's expensive. It's like, that's because it's a 3-day bike party.
Oh, yeah. I would say I looked at the price, and then you look at it all, I'm like, this is a very cheap experience is what I'm calling it.
Yeah.
It's not a lot for what you're getting.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm
they
very
bring a
looking
show. Like, I can just say, seeing on the background of things, it's going to be a good time. So
excellent.
Just want to throw that out there as well.
I want to add one thing, Cimmaron. Welcome to the family, because I mean, here we've been talking for what 45 minutes, and
wow.
Yeah, Dave, yeah. Y'all are a good team over there. Going to make UnPaved something grown up, and not that it needs to change, but wow, I'm excited.
From the inside, it needed to change, and it's changing for the better, and that's great.
Yeah.
When can we have a Grinduro episode?
Probably afterwards.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, this or that. Y'all ready? Cimmaron, I'm gonna toss the first one. It's gonna come to you first.
I haven't told her what this is about yet. You may want to give her a little bit of
I'll give you a little heads up. This or that. We're gonna take two things, put them up against each other, and you have to make a choice. You can explain yourself if you'd like to, but you don't necessarily have to. But the only rule is that you actually have to make a choice. Sound good?
Okay.
You're up first. Or actually, you know what? Since I'm going to toss it to Dave first. Then you get to follow Dave, then me, then Joey. Does that work? Okay.
Sure.
First one up, and this is related to my little bikepacking weekend, but you can actually kind of make it work for yourself. The Western Maryland Rail Trail speed bumps with the roots that grow underneath the asphalt, or actually just going ahead and sitting on the towpath gravel.
Ooh. Wow. You know what? I'm going to take the NAR. I'm going to take some adventure and keep me on my toes. I want to have my crotch fall asleep on that rail trail. Yeah.
Bingo.
Hit me in the roots.
I would take the rail trail because I've been really working on my speed.
Okay.
And I really have been enjoying getting in this zone where I'm spinning so fast, I'm spinning with my bike.
Nice. I like that.
So I want to keep working on that.
I just had 26 miles of rail trail speed bumps, and sometimes it's like hitting a curb, and there's like 8 of them in a row. Gravel for me all day long. Joey?
Yeah, it's called like the Nards of Doom. Just smash. I'm gonna take those speed bumps. Just keep on edge.
Just
you
you can bunny hop them. You get up over them. That's what happened to me in
Just
Frozen,
jump them
though.
all.
Yeah,
Just jump them all.
Just hop it.
Yeah.
Second item on this or that. The Pennsylvania Dirtbags or the North Carolina Outsiders. Basically the same people.
There's a club in North
Or
Carolina.
just younger versions of the Lone Wolf Field Marshals.
Yes. Yeah. So really it comes down to, I think if you could, the Dirtbags and the Outsiders are kind of the same.
They would get
thing.
along, but there'd be like some like rivalry, like with the Greasers and the outs. Yeah.
So I'll say this.
Hatfields and McCoys.
Pennsylvania
Yes.
Dirtbags are flannel, and the North Carolina Outsiders wear
Jean vests.
straight up black jean vests with patches all over them. We had a lot of fun with those boys at Croatan. So I guess maybe
I have both.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, actually, you could do that.
You have those two groups.
No. I mean, I have flannel and I have the vest with all the patches on.
Oh,
so
do it
up. But oh my God, this is easy. PA Dirtbags.
Okay. Yeah, y'all have to go that
That's
direction.
cake.
Cimmaron, you're
And
up.
your natty lights.
I'm wearing flannel right now, so Pennsylvania Dirtbags.
Yeah.
I want to balance.
You're
things
officially
out.
one tomorrow at 9 a.m.
I want to.
Yes, I am.
I'm going to balance things out a little bit, and this is really tough.
Carolina
I
again.
don't want either one of these groups to feel offended. Because
Someone will shank you.
I know. Well, the Outsiders will shank you. I think they'll come at you. Oh man, this is really hard. I'm going to go with Dirtbags, I think.
You can be wrong and choose North Carolina. That's
No.
fine.
I'm going to go with Dirtbags.
So this is like the same thing.
because
Choosing North Carolina versus PA.
It's flannel. Now, if those Outsiders happen to like hook me up with some like black vest with some
Black
patches, yeah. Oh, black flannel.
So black flannel?
That's the answer.
There you go.
Black
Black
flannel.
flannel.
Bingo.
With a red
There it
jean
is.
jacket.
Those Dirtbag boys
Pretty
take
good
care.
band name.
They take care of
Yeah.
us though down here
Yeah.
in GTD. So we love us some PA Dirtbags boys. Joey?
I mean, it is the Outsiders knew how to throw a party at Croatan,
Absolutely.
and then we were hanging out a little bit this past weekend at Dirty Kitten.
yeah.
But the Dirtbag.
Yeah.
We need to have an event where we get both of them together.
What we
both
need
groups.
you know what we need to do?
Oh,
We've made
yes.
some connections with those Outsiders now. We need to.
I got honorary patches and stuff.
Let's get on them. to-
Only there's an event in Pennsylvania that
I know.
we've been just
Yeah.
talking about for an hour.
yeah.
That
I
would work for that.
We're sending invites.
I'll have to send Mike.
Yeah. We're sending invites.
I just think it would be one
Yeah.
hell of a party.
Oh my God! If you got both those groups together,
Oh my
holy
God.
cow!
Yep.
Holy cow! We'd stretch that into Tuesday, maybe even Wednesday.
Yeah.
And
We have extra nights.
Not even
Yeah, I'm not
remember
going
it.
anywhere. Yeah.
Everyone from my store is coming up, so we can close my store.
We can have it at my farm.
There
Oh.
Whoa! I
Don't do wait. She hasn't met them yet. Yeah, we'll talk.
It's a big farm. I don't know.
That place would get burnt down.
It sounds fun right now.
okay.
So what
Third.
you're saying is there's no equivalency in this in Utah.
Oh no! Utah, they hide the liquor
I'm really
behind the
needing
counter.
some debauchery
Yeah. Utah. I remember that was the
in my
one.
farm life.
That was the one weird thing when I was in St. George is you would go into like even just like a little Applebee's or whatever, and the bar was empty because they had to hide all the liquor.
They
in
hide
the
it
back.
and they count how much. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like
The Zion curtain.
It
Yes.
felt
Yes.
very very
It's-
weird.
It's very weird. And you make a lot of friends in backyard parties. Anyway, but I want to have a bigger backyard party because I'm going to have a big farm.
Excellent. Third item: kettle corn or bourbon infused whoopie pies.
Bourbon infused whoopie pies. Next.
I want kettle infused bourbon.
Ooh.
Yeah, bourbon infused kettle corn. Yeah.
I like that
voting for
answer.
that.
I like that answer. I'm gonna go with the bourbon whoopie pies because I brought a whole bunch of those home last year.
Ooh.
Joey.
That's tough because the fall festival. This is a fall festival question for folks listening. I bought like 3 bags of kettle corn, and then I just drank enough. I drank enough free samples from the moonshine tent where I didn't need
And
whoopie.
all of a sudden, you had 3 bags of kettle corn.
I was like, I think I bought 1 bag of kettle corn, drank the moonshine, and went back and bought more kettle corn.
They're working together is what it comes down to.
I think I'm going to go with the whoopie pies because I love bourbon, but man, I look forward to that kettle corn truck the last few times I've done UnPAved.
Yeah.
Yep.
So can't go wrong. There's so much
I just
good
know
food
that
there.
I've been working every fall festival, so I've never had any of the.
Oh man,
infused
I'm going to
whoopie
do
pies.
we're going to call this the Dave experience. I'm just going to get all the stuff and bring it to you.
Oh yeah, that would be fun. Okay, last
Dave,
item.
you're going to have the best year this year.
Damn straight Skippy. Hell yeah.
Last item on this or that: sandals with pants or socks with sandals. guess who wrote this one?
It wasn't me.
That was a quality Instagram picture we had last year.
I love that photo.
I guess I would, as much as I used to live in Florida, I'm going to go with, I can't go with socks and sandals. Sorry, I'm going to have to go with sandals with pants.
Sandals with pants on girls look actually really good. So, and
Yeah.
and when you live in the desert, that's just kind of the fashion. So that's easy.
Yeah, I do sandals with pants all the time, Joey.
Half pants or full pants?
Both pants. I do it with full pants and half pants. But I do it with full pants. Especially like if you're at the beach, a nice pair of linen pants with your nice
Oh yeah.
sandals.
Yeah.
Joey.
Not Crocs. You just wear Crocs.
No,
all the time.
not Crocs. But I just wear Crocs all the time anyway.
Yeah.
My winter Crocs and my
Socks
summer
and Crocs.
Yeah.
So that was my other title. Yeah, socks and Crocs. Well, I think Mr. Ritchie was the best part of that photo, but I was pulling off the sandals
It's true.
and
Tom wouldn't run with either.
no, I doubt it. Obviously, I was wearing socks or pants and sandals in that photo. I was it's my traveling outfit.
Traveling.
Traveling
Your
outfit,
traveling
yeah.
pants.
Yep.
So
And that's a minute before that, I ended up with a freaking 30 pack of Natty Light from the dirt bags that I had to put in the truck. So
10 minutes before that, you were cursing with the U-Haul because you locked your keys inside of it. But that's, oh, look at the time. All right, we should go.
yeah, Joey, that was I think that was the first experience time that we rubbed Floyd's all over each other, right? Isn't that little time right there? Yeah.
in the parking lot, yeah.
Yeah. We even did that in public. So
Yeah.
that's the way it works. That's the way we roll.
It's a glorious morning.
It is about time to shut this thing down. Do you guys have anything else from the UnPAved side that you want to toss out there before we do that?
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us again. You guys have been fantastic for UnPAved over the years. So again, really appreciate all the love you've given us over the years.
Oh.
I think pretty much every episode. So
The love is mutual. The
It's
love
our
is
longest
mutual.
running event we've talked about.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I cannot wait to have a beer with you guys.
Oh,
So, cheers.
Let's make that happen. Okay, thanks everybody for listening to this episode of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. If you enjoy the podcast, then tell a friend. That's all I'm going to say this week, Joey. If you enjoy the podcast, just tell a friend to go listen. Send them an episode. Send them a link to an episode that's fantastic. And that'll be this episode, and that's what helps us out. How can folks get in touch with us, Joey?
Our Grams is at what are we at? Mid-Atlantic GTD. Our website's Gravel Travel Dirt. I'll give Brian his homework. If you want to hear our 2021 UnPAved recap, Brian will put that in the show notes so we can really get into details fresh off of UnPAved
That was a really good
2021.
episode. I've listened to it.
That was one of my favorite ones we've done.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to go gather a bunch.
Get our
of
first interview with Dave, and then that one, and put them in the show notes.
Yep, I'm going to put all sorts of
geez.
links in the show notes. Folks,
So,
Mid-Atlantic
We're gonna
Gravel
send those to the Smithsonian.
Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt is recorded this week from all the way up in Pennsylvania to right here in Blake's Kitchen in Solomons, Maryland. Thanks for riding along. And until next time, do good, be nice, go slow, and respect others.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Bye.
Oh, we got to send Cimmaron a Love You Bye package. Some
Oh, yeah.
stickers and
We're
stuff.
gonna get a Love You
True.
Bye package coming your way.
Oh, thank you. I want one.